Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video, and I have a really cool thing for you right now. Now obviously you can see these monsters above me, the tech striders. Yeah, they are pretty awesome. However, some people are starting to try and work on how to actually get the dedicated boxes going with these guys, because they can directly transmit to any dedicated storage box from across the map. Now one of the most helpful things that you're going to need for this is if you go into your stuff and you have a hover craft, that'll help you a ton there, and this will actually give you the opportunity to bring it around the map pretty quickly and safely. However, there are two things that you want to think about. So the tech strider, this one has heavily leveled melee. You can also jack up their movement speed, because the movement speed on these things, the melee doesn't seem to affect their harvesting rate at all. I mean, if it does, it's very minimal and so hard to notice anyways, so I wouldn't even bother with it. If you crank up the movement speed on these things, they become a little bit ridiculous. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're going to go ahead and go in here, and we're going to set this thing to actually transmit stuff to a specific box. Now you have to be nearby to initiate this stuff. If it's got anything in there, you can initiate that. But basically you select the storage box that you want to specifically harvest. For this one, because element shards is what I'm looking for, I'm going to go ahead and do element shards, and he is only going to gather things that are specific to element shards. Now that's insane, because he is never going to encumber, which is pretty freaking powerful. Now you can pretty much go wherever you want as long as in this space biome. You can see that the reason I cranked up his movement speed is because he has that ability to kind of like swim through the space, and then you activate this and he won't even bother hitting anything but what has access to the element. Now this will automatically transmit back to your base for you as soon as I can actually, hit that stuff, because it's at a ridiculous angle right here. Maybe, please, there it goes. So you can see that I got the element shards out of that, and it's going to automatically transmit that element shard. You can see it removed, added, removed, added, removed. It won't even bother hitting things. Like, see that stone or that metal right there? It won't even bother hitting that. So you can get an insane amount of element and any resource that you want. It's really awesome, and you can do this from anywhere on the map as long as you initiate the transfer from up close next to the box. Notice how I don't have anything. You can just transfer this to your inventory, drop all of that stone. I'm just gonna like throw it out because it doesn't matter. And then we're gonna go down here to this one just so I can show you a little bit more. And then basically it's really, it's awesome. You should at least have 1, 2, 3 of these things, because it means that no longer is it the case where super tribes just have way more resources so you lose because of resources, because you can harvest enough to just spend a day using one of these things, get some dedicated storage boxes, and you can literally have unlimited resources for yourself. Now it's really not that hard, it's just something you have to get started for. I use the space biome because all the different days give you different access to the resources, and that's pretty big time, and it just gives you a ton of access to pretty much everything, because there's obsidian days, there's sulfur days, there's element shard days like you're seeing right here, and it'll automatically pick this stuff up for you. Now it will harvest everything that you normally get with that resource, so if you're smart about it, you can, just like I am doing right now, you can just drop everything, but you don't have to, but you can kind of like speed through all this stuff. Okay, there we go. So just like you see there, come on. That's pretty cool in my opinion. I just like taking screenshots of this kind of stuff because it's super unique. So let's go ahead and get a good one here. Maybe. There we go, look at that. So 4,480 element shards, and I'm not even in like the space swimming mode right now. Now I've entered space swimming mode. And he will kind of like move around this zone, and you can just, I'm just gonna pop all of this out. Now you could also, if you had another buddy with a strider nearby, just transmit those resources to him. And you could not waste anything, but you don't need to go for just element shards. You can change it up, you just have to go nearby to those actual boxes in order to hit that. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're gonna go ahead and hop off them, and we'll go ahead, not there. You have to go to the actual inventory, and you can see that there's nothing nearby, so we can't actually change our link, but you can unlink him and then actually change it once you're right up next to him. But for right now, we're just gonna harvest this stuff, and then you can see that it gets a little bit insane, and I'm sure you're like, oh, I can use it for this reason, this reason, this reason. And you literally can, just because there's a lot of reasons or ways to actually access this stuff. I mean, I'm just going to show you right now. In my inventory, I got a bunch of stone. Since this video has started, this is 1 times on solo player, and this is a not even, there's 0 points into melee, so you can see how lucrative it can be. And I don't even know how much we got, but I'm just going to go ahead and head back up there just so you can see. Now, all we have to do to change our storage box is go up to the dedicated storage, or at least nearby them, to reactivate, I guess, deny the one we have, and then re-add whichever one you want to go to next. Let's say you want to go get wood. You would take off the element shard and then change it to the wood dedicated storage box, and then this guy would only harvest trees, saving you a ton of time, which obviously is a good thing. So we're going to go ahead and go up here. I think this is the right one. Oh man, the swimming takes some time. That's why I level up speed, because it seems to help with that. All right, so there we go. So, and we're inside this zone, and we'll go ahead and head towards the stuff. Now, if you really wanted to, you could use that hovercraft, and that'll help you a ton to get around. But you can see, as long as you're nearby this thing, you can check it out. I just got 76,000. Yeah, that's right. 76,000. That is accurate. There, 74,000. Sorry. Element shards is what we got. Now, in order to change it, all you have to do is go to him, and then you can unlink that one from him and then add a new one. So link to another one. Let's say I want to go get crystal. Let's say I want to go get metal. You can do any of that stuff, and he will change to only getting resources of that type. It is ridiculously awesome to be able to do that. So anyways, I really do hope this helps you guys out, because you can take like 3 or 4 of these things and have them cranking resources all day long, and it'll never encumber them. You can just like pay attention to what you're doing, and it is a joke. So that is how you use the TechStryder with dedicated storage box. Hopefully it helps. Teach. Ow.